Hey, coffee cuties, we are back with another banger. And today we are going to be discussing toddlers and lace front wigs. So let's get right into it. So I've been seeing this trend go on TikTok primarily, which by the way, if you haven't followed me on TikTok, be sure to follow me at coffeecutie777. I'm going to have it linked in my description and my bio, so be sure to check me out. But once I seen these videos are getting more and more popular, I knew I had to do a video and discuss what's going on. So basically, gone are the days that little black girls wear their hair in like cute barrettes or bombs or other cute creative hairstyles that are kid friendly, because today in 2024, young black girls as young as like 2 or 3 years old are getting full on bust down wigs. So I remember a time where little black girls used to inspire to be a grown-up one day, and we would spend hours doing our hair, playing dress up in our mom's wigs, clothes, heels, makeups, etc., and basically just daydream about the day we become a woman and we'll be able to wear this cool stuff on our own day to day. But in today's time, there is really not much of a separation compared to what it used to be between parent and child, and the lines are basically becoming more and more blurred, and children are able to experience a lot of the things that we had to wait into at least teenage years at the minimum, but adult years in order to experience. Nowadays, these kids are experiencing any and all things as young as the age of 3. I can remember, again, my personal stories of being so excited when my mom would bring home the little makeup fake play kits or whatever, and me and my friends would be having blue eyeshadow, red, purple, whatever, looking crazy as heck. But that was a staple in the childhood of many young black girls of the 90s. I also remember I used to play around with my mom's fake hair and just all type of stuff, looking crazy as heck. But again, it was a staple in my childhood, and it's very sad that these young girls are not going to be able to experience those basically rites of passages, in my opinion, the same way we were able to. But instead, these little black girls, instead of being outside, running, playing, sweating, jumping, and just being a kid, basically, you know how we say, stay in a kid's place, basically, they are in the house with the grown-ups, sitting for hours, applying these wigs and weaves on their head. Now, we know the process of applying these lace front wigs are long and, to me, in my opinion, torturous, when you have to put a ball cap on, get braided down first, put the ball cap glue, basically put hair dryers on there to make it stay down, all type of stuff. At the young age, this, again, shouldn't be the priority. This priority to develop a young girl's hair, and it should just basically be the overall health of their scalp, hygiene, and just, again, their skull development should be the primary focus, not putting a heavy hair hat on their head when in many cases, these girls have a healthy head full of hair. Instead, young girls are going through this process of possibly permanently damaging their hair follicles, because a lot of grown women suffer from traction alopecia when it comes to applying these lace front wigs, etc. So to think that children won't experience some of these same side effects is just being naive to the whole situation. And if you, again, are causing hair follicle damage at such a young age, who's to say that they will even be able to recover once they do make it to adulthood, etc. And I just feel like this is, again, a prime example of hair dysmorphia and parents or the people in charge of the children projecting their own hair dysmorphia onto their children by putting lace front wigs, weaves, etc. on your young black girls' daughters or nieces or nephews, or nieces, excuse me, not nephews, hopefully, but whatever the relation is to the child, you are teaching them how to hate their natural hair. And by saying their hair is only acceptable if it's covered up, I find oftentimes the adults in the lives of a lot of children within the Black community, they try to heal their childhood trauma through the children, which in my opinion is absolutely not right. It's not okay at all. And I feel like a lot of parents tend to overcompensate, maybe because they were lacking. It could have been due to poverty, lack of attention, just a lot of various things that we have to heal from within the Black community. And some of the overcompensating includes never telling your child no. So again, when we were little girls, we would see our mama wig, we might play around the house, but she would never let us go out of the house with her wig on our head. But today, again, these parents don't like to say the word no, so they just give their children any and everything that they ask for, which, as we know, a child will push your buttons. They're going to push it as far as you can take it. So to say yes to everything, even if it is damaging to the child, I again have to speak back against. Of course, these parents, they're the parents of these children at the end of the day, so they can make whatever decision they feel right. However, on this channel, I like to just give a lot of information so that everybody can make the best informed decision when it comes to their life. But in my opinion, we are creating more generational curses by applying lace front wigs, weaves, etc. on children's head. I feel like the children of the 90s, we were definitely the generation of the relaxer, and we know the long-term damage that can cause, such as cancer, even damage to the hair follicles for life. Literally, some of us will never recover from some of the damage that was placed on us as little girls with no choice of our own. So by adding lace front wigs, weaves, all this stuff, what will be the trauma or the generational curse that we're passing on to the next generation? I really want us to think about that, and also leave a comment down below if you have an answer. If they are doing lace front wigs now on little girls, and again in the 90s we were the children of relaxers, what will the next generation of little Black girls look like, and what will that look like for them being able to love and embrace their natural hair? Like, what is the future of the Coley community with the young girls coming up? What does that even look like if we're doing all of this now? But I also want to talk about a more sensitive topic, and that is that this is definitely opening the door to sexualizing little Black girls. Now, we know the media already pushes this false propaganda when it comes to Black women, this whole Jezebel, quote unquote, image of us, which we know is absolutely ridiculous. But it is unfortunately by portraying your little Black girl into the image of a adult Black woman, it is very dangerous. And I feel like, in my opinion, it is opening the door to PEDOSs. I'm not sure if YouTube will filter that out or not, so I just would rather spell it out. But we all know where I'm going with that conversation. So I definitely just want to put a fair warning to parents out there or caregivers before we make the decisions to dress little Black girls up in the image of grown women before they are even at that age to really be experiencing some of those type of things. But next, I just feel like we should be teaching our young Black girls, the future, the leaders of tomorrow, how to embrace and love their beautiful curly hair, no matter the length. That should be the priority, so they don't have to go through a lot of the hair dysmorphia, the self-hate, the lack of self-love, and all the things that a lot of Black women had to go through in order to get to the point of embracing and loving their self through and through. It should be the goal of ours to teach our young Black girls all of the things that we are learning now at a younger age. But of course, I do want to add in this video, there is an exception for health. Like if you are suffering from things such as cancer as a young Black girl, of course, having the option to have a wig and weave and like that can definitely make them feel normal again. So I do want to highlight that I am not referring to any type of illness, etc. But on the videos that I am seeing on TikTok, these little Black girls typically have a head full of healthy hair, or they have no known illnesses that will prevent them from growing hair, etc. But also want to state that this trend is more than just hair. I am seeing little black girls in grown-up clothes, like I stated, makeup, all type of things, and they're not just playing dress up. They are full-on going out in crop tops as young as 3 years old. They got the bikinis on, sticking their butt out, doing the duck lips, all type of stuff, all online. And I just have to speak against all of this. I think children should be able to be children. They should be able to laugh and play and just really just be able to embrace their childhood. They can worry about all that grown-up stuff at a later time. But I also want to address another talking point that I noticed, and they are basically saying, well, other races do it too, because, for example, the show Tyler and Tiaras is primarily white little girls, and just overall beauty pageants in general. And it is black beauty pageants, but as we know, the media typically pushes the more white beauty pageants when it comes to the little girls. And I just want to say that I don't really feel like it's acceptable when any race does it. And I also want to say, why would we highlight a trend that is basically, in my opinion, a negative trend when any race does it? Why would we want to place that on little black girls? And also the difference between a beauty pageant or the show like Toddlers or Tiaras, that is for an event or for a day or for a purpose, versus these videos that I am showing of these little black girls on TikTok. They're just flat out just going to school like that, going outside like that. They're not participating in any type of pageant or any type of program, etc. They're just doing it just for the trend of it. So there is a difference between the two as well. But in conclusion, seeing little black girls in hairstyles and fashions that are meant for adults, in my opinion, is just flat out creepy. And like I stated before, children should be children and they should stay in a child's place. That is a phrase all through and through the black community, and I definitely think it applies to these lace front wigs, weaves, etc. Children should stay in a child's place. They should be able to wear their bombs and barrettes and the cool little cute, fun hairstyles that when you get into your teenage and adult years, you will look kind of crazy rocking. I would like the little black girls to be able to enjoy all of those fun, beautiful, creative hairstyles while they can. Of course, like I stated before, parents are free to do what they feel is best for their children. This channel, again, is just to give warning, give perspective, and just really allow everybody to make the best informed decision for themselves. But when it comes to discussing and uplifting the image of black girls and women, we have to definitely discuss the problems in order to just come up with various solutions. And as we know, hair dysmorphia definitely is a problem within the black community. So I definitely have to highlight it in order to really just allow people to think twice about what they're doing, what they're teaching their children, their little black girls, and their little black boys as well. But let me know what you think. Have you been seeing this trend go on all over TikTok and social media in general? What are your thoughts about this trend? I also want to know from the curly community, at what age did you start wearing weave? I can remember the first time that I had tracks. I was in high school, but back in the early 2000s, we used to glue tracks to our hair, whether we had like a wrap or whatever, or whether we had a hairstyle. We would just like cut the tracks off of weave and put some glue on it and just kind of like makes more length, but majority of our hair was out. I had some of that in high school, but the first time that I had a full sew-in, I definitely was in my early 20s. So I was not in high school rocking full-on sew-ins. Again, I would just add a piece here and there for fullness, etc. when I still had a relaxer and was damaging my hair, etc. and it gave a more thin appearance. But today, again, like I stated before, I haven't had any weave in my hair, and it's been so long. 5+ years, and the last time I had weave in my hair, it was a 2-strand braids. So I haven't had like lace fronts, or I never had a lace front wig. I never had only had the sew-in type of wig or glue-in tracks. And again, I was in adulthood. But I want to know your story. When did you first start wearing wigs, weave, lace front, glue-in, weave, all the above? Any and all thoughts are welcome, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to turn your post notifications on, as I will soon be doing my first live show at the first week of September on the first Thursday of September. So be on the lookout for more details of that. It will be a live call-in show, very interactive, very engaging. It's going to be so fun, so be sure to join me for that. Also, I have a lot of cool things going on. I have a Discord, I have the Coffee Cuties mugs, memberships, just so many things. So be sure to go to my bio to check everything out. But until next time, see ya.